Hey guys, Caleb, you first, and tell us. I guess everyone kind of felt like Marcus Carr was going to get the ball at the end of the game. Tell us about how you guys stopped them as a team, and you in particular, what you did against them those last two possessions.
Man, well, shout out to Marcus Carr. He's a very tough kid. He's obviously been giving the league problems. So just going into the game, he was a main priority, and the priority was just contain him and get the ball. Keep the ball out of his hands. And I feel like as a team we did a great job. So I think it was just a team defense effort, and I feel like we executed the game plan.
A question for Gio. Can you just talk about that final stretch offensively? It seemed like you were playing with a lot of confidence out there.
Yeah. I mean, I have great teammates, great coaches who trust me with the ball in that situation. Down the stretch, I was feeling good, was feeling confident, and luckily the ball was going in. But it was really about the stops. We got a couple stops at the end. It was I think it was 4 minutes left. There was a couple times we were kind of going back and forth on, they were getting a bucket, we were getting a bucket. But those last couple possessions, we dug deep and got a couple stops. So that was really what mattered.
We'll go to Brian Fonseca next, and then Bruce Beck.
Gio, you mentioned that stretch where you guys are switching buckets back and forth. I think the game had something like 22 lead changes. What do you think you learned about yourselves being able to win a game like that? It's so back and forth, and no one really knows where it's going until the final minute.
Yeah, we just always talking about having one agenda, and that's to win the game. So, there was adversity. There were some plays where it was ugly. There was some play we were down, I think 6 at one point. I think it was or 4, 52-48, I think it was. But we just stuck together, and we're trying to win the game. That's our one goal every single game, and we came out with a dub.
Hey, Miles, when you think about where you guys were about 2 weeks ago and where you are now, how do you think it came together?
Uh, the program that we were 2 weeks ago was kind of like, we didn't really know who we were. We weren't playing to our strengths and stuff like that. And now, after those 2 weeks, you've seen that, we picked up on defense. We're back to what we normally do. We know who we are now. Like Gio said, we have the one agenda is to win the game. And I think kind of putting that straightforward and, putting that first before anything else, kind of gets us to where we put these games together. And even today, like you said, it was a tough game. You didn't really know who was going to win till the very end. So just having that one mindset and, playing defense like we normally do and rebounding the ball and stuff like that really put us over the edge. So I think it's more we just got our identity together.
And Gio, one for you. You're like the college version of Kyrie Irving in this area. You seem to, in the fourth quarter in the NBA and in the second half in collegiate basketball, you seem to want the ball with like 1 minute to go, whatever it is. You hit that step back rainbow, which was like unconscious. Just like what kind of pride do you take in being a guy who is clutch and who has the confidence to make that shot?
Oh, first of all, I appreciate the comparison. Never heard that before, but it's not even taking pride in being clutch. I think it's just taking pride in being a winning player, being a winning team. I just really want to win. I hate losing more than I enjoy winning. And when we had that 5-game stretch, like we all remember what we felt like after every single loss. And when I see my teams down and these guys really, they trust me with the ball in that situation, just to make a play, not even just to score, but just to make a play. And I feel like I can make winning plays down the stretch, and that's what I did today.
Thank you.
We'll go over to Aaron and then back to Jerry.
Yeah, for Gio, just in terms of the team went 13 to 15 from the line in the second half. You've had a few good games this year as a team, but this is one where the free throw line helped you actually come back. Is this something that could actually build confidence for the future as a team from the line?
Yeah, for sure. The confidence should already be there, to be honest. We have a lot of great shooters. It's just a mental thing. We just got to step up to the line and just shoot it. And we've been doing a lot of practicing free throws in practice, and it showed today. So yeah.
Gio, what's it like having Caleb back? I mean, the season started, he's on the sidelines, didn't know if he was going to play. Now he's really changing these games for you. What's that like from your perspective?
Yeah, just a winner. Doing all the little things. I told him at the end of the game, he missed a couple of bunnies, but he didn't let that get to him. The only thing he was thinking about was winning the game. The only thing he was thinking about was stopping Marcus Carr. That's what a winning program looks like, where things aren't going your way, but you still find a way, and it ended up going his way at the end of the game. So that's just fighting adversity, staying with it, and finding a way to win. And I think Caleb embodies all that.
And this is one more for any of you three guys, but this is the first time Rutgers has ever won 4 straight Big Ten games. You guys have talked about coming here and making history. What does that mean to you? What does that tell you about this group?
Yeah, we were talking about it in practice. Every single game, every single day, we're trying to make a new piece of history. We did that today. That's all we ever really think about is making history. That's what we all came here for. Now we're all veterans, but we've been talking about it for a long time. So this is what we expected, and now we're doing it.
Thanks, guys.
We'll go over to Bobby and then Richie.
Caleb, what's this progression been like? You go from not playing to coming back, working off the rust, and having a game like this tonight. Just what has that experience been like as a whole?
Man, well, I feel like that's just college basketball, man. I feel like some kids come into a program expecting all the bigger things and expecting everything to go their way, but I feel like you got to keep fighting, and that's one thing I tell the younger guys on this team is just you got to fight for everything, and that's one thing that Pike also preaches as well, man. Things might not go your way, but you got to keep fighting, and you got to fight for opportunity, and when it comes, you just got to execute, and really just having a winner's mentality. I feel like helps as well. So just be a fighter, and I feel like that's what I am.
This one's for Caleb as well. Caleb, I think you played the last 12 minutes and 18 in the second half. I guess it's a 2-part question. Number one, how gassed are you right now?
Oh man, I don't want to sound too gassed, but during that moment in that little stretch, I was a little gassed, but after a few timeouts, I feel like I gathered myself. And I was able to keep playing.
And then the second part, obviously you had your struggles in the first half offensively, and it kind of clicked in the second half. I think you went 50% from the field. What was the big change between the first and second half?
Well, it's just confidence and trust. I feel like my teammates just picked me up, and I feel like I came down the stretch and executed because of them. They gave me that confidence just to keep shooting the ball and keep making plays. Cause that's what I do, and I feel like, and really just big shout out to my team just for picking me up. So. They had a big deal with that. So
We'll go next to Brian Fonseca and then Jerry.
You guys out-rebounded sorry, this is for Myles. You guys out-rebounded a team for the 5th straight game. You guys had a bit of a struggle of that earlier in the season. I think you guys got out-rebounded 5 games in a row. I guess what's changed in that, and how important have you been to that? I mean, you got 12 rebounds again tonight. Just how much pride are you guys taking in rebounding again?
Oh yeah, that's always a focus, especially after those games we got our rebound. It's like literally one thing we need to change is rebounding, and we kind of just took that. I had taken that personally, being I'm a center, that's kind of like my job. It's kind of like the main thing I do. And shout out to Mission, man. The 7-footer it's not easy to rebound over a 7-footer if you guys think it's any type of easy. But so just happy to have the 12 rebounds, happy to help the team win, and I'm always happy to rebound if it means we win games. So. Just that's the mindset you gotta have.
Myles, that was like Patrick Mahomes throwing that alley-oop lob. How often do you work on that?
Oh yeah, me and Ron, I think we kind of just have a connection like that. Our one play like that, he sets the screen, and literally if I see him have the 1 foot, I know he's gonna get it. I just put it up there, and Ron always puts it in. So. It's just a thing that we have, and it's just connection and stuff like that. We're a big family, and just knowing stuff like that. You see your teammate, he's gonna get it. And you just put it up there, and he gets it.
Thanks a lot.
All right, I see one last question for the guys from Aaron Brightman.
Gio, won 3 in a row at home now. Has there been a little bit of an adjustment in terms of what it was like earlier this season, learning how to play in the rack without fans, and has the team kind of learned how to muster their own energy now down the stretch in these last games?
I think we've had good energy throughout the year, honestly. I feel like our bench is always really into it. Shout out to all those guys who, aren't getting minutes but are coming to practice every single day and just working hard, and then once we get to the game, they're just bringing a whole lot of energy. But I don't think is really that much of an adjustment. You can make any game a home game, either here at the RAC or away, like we've done, and that's what we've been doing. So it's been working.
All right, we're gonna let the guys go on that. Thanks everybody for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thanks a lot, guys.